Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Don's Hot Rod Garage. Big Don with you. Show you a little bit of the work that I've got done on the um, 55 Chevy ragtop. Uh, I spent the last couple days, Sunday and then even Monday, I was out till like probably 11:30 putting the column into the car, but I wanted to get the column in there before I started to move forward and get the engine and transmission assembled. So I've got the column all in there and turned out really nice. Now I got a mess here in the garage to clean up. I'll show you. But I just had to do like some filing and just odds and ends, junk. I even put the steering wheel onto this column, so or not column, but this gearbox, so I could paint the steering wheel. So now the 58 Impala steering wheel matches the steering column. And when I got that 55 convertible, the column was all in pieces. So, and if you've never done a Tri-5 column, there's a lot of weird little stuff like that, this, even this turn signal canceller, or your turn signal switch. Then you got these little springs. I'll show you. This is the steering column out of my 4-door, but that's what the top guts of it look like. So, and then you got random pieces, like you got down there you got a neutral safety switch. There's a little gear pog at the bottom. There's like a lot to them. And then I got this old seal I got to put a new one on, and this should have went on when I had the column out, but I'll just cut it in a spot that doesn't really matter, you know what I mean, probably here at the bottom. And I had gloves on. You can see the gypsy red on me. So let's go out and see what's going on. This old poor car, I haven't seen this car right here in probably a month. It's just been covered up. I hate to admit it, but I'm probably gonna pull the drivetrain out of that car and sell that car as a roller. That's my 55 gasser Nomad. I just, life's all about timing and priorities and things like that, and I was really happy with this car, and it gave me a lot of fun and enjoyment. But I know you can't see it right now, so there's no reason to focus on it, but I'm not one of the kind of guys that thinks that they need to keep something forever, okay? So with that being said, I feel like I've had my fun with that car, and it still needs a lot of body work. It needs a lot of everything, but it's got a 70 LS6 454 in it that I would like to pull out and keep it in case I get a 69 or a 70, 69 Camaro or a 70 Chevelle in the future. But here's the cream puff I've been working on, and you can see it. I painted that firewall maybe 2 videos ago or so, but then I went through and painted the steering column. That's all gypsy red, and like I said, I went through it, so now everything on the steering column works, but it kind of gives it a cool little contrast with the black and then the red. That color actually kind of changes in the sun depending on the lighting. But yeah, feast your eyes on the completed product right there. I mean, can you imagine taking off in 1958 with your brand new 58 Impala? That steering wheel right there only fit on 2 cars, 2 models, 1958 2-door Impala and a 1958 2-door Impala convertible. So that's a 1-year only steering wheel. But I went through and I hand sanded it, and I took it all apart. I took the rings off it and polished everything as nice as I could get it. And I mean, to get the tube of the column back down through, all the way down through there without scratching nothing. And I mean, just nothing but a friggin' headache. But I mean, you can see, and the wheel has a couple hairline cracks in it, you can see back there, but I didn't even take the time to even try to body work them, you know. A lot of people have gotten too used to watching these TV shows where everything's perfect, and for me, I would rather see them cracks. I would rather see something that's authentic. Like even the steering wheel in the very center, it lost a little bit of its silver when I was polishing it, and I'm totally fine with it. You know, guys, I'm building this car for me. So as long as I'm happy with it, that's the point I'm trying to make. And really, you don't really see no cracks on the front of it. I mean, to tell you the story on this wheel, it was a black 58 two-door Impala up in Delaware, Ohio, about half hour from my house. And I'd always see this car under the tarp, and they had like this little rickety house, and then they finally tore the house down and drug the car back, and it was all original paint, black 58 Impala, that my brother ended up getting. And when he sold the car, he just put like a regular steering wheel on it, and he kept this wheel. And then through a series of events, I had gotten this wheel. So this wheel has a story. It's not just something that I, you know, bought at a swap meet, which I'm totally fine with that as well. But I actually know the car that this wheel spent its entire life with. So, but I mean, what a beautiful match between the steering column and then the gypsy red on the dash. And you know, I've painted all this. You know, years ago I painted the dash, and then the steering column was always kind of in primer. I knew I had to take it back out because I had the wrong turn signal switch. See, 55, they're all loose, and then 56, it's a gang plug. So I had that all the way down to just the empty tube. I had all this off it, and I mean, it's all nice and tight, ready to go. But we'll walk over here, and everybody wanted to say, you know, because this car, I finally made my mind up that this car will be a 4-speed car, and everybody said you gotta cut the nub off the shifter. Look at that. I cut it off, I body worked it, so now it's a floor shift steering column. I mean, how freaking cool is that? So that's kind of what I spent last weekend on. I want to think 2 weekends ago it was just real rainy and cold, and just no kind of good weather to come out and work on anything outside. And I've been kind of thinking that maybe I need to put this car, this 55, in the garage, but it's an awful lot of work. But I was thinking maybe putting it back in there. But at the end of the day, coming from where I come from, growing up and things like that, you know, there was 5 of us. Grew up poor, not a lot of opportunities, you know. Maybe it was better than that. Maybe I just wasn't remembering it right. But to think at my age, from where I started life, and, you know, just things I had to go through, that I'd be able to have the 55 Nomad, a 56 Nomad, and a 57 Nomad in the garage. That's why all these are still in there, because, like, at the end of the day, like, for me, that's like the 3 of them together. So I hate to pull any of them out of the garage. These 2 right here will never come out of the garage. Them, you know, through the whole course of my life, these 2 cars will never leave. I can't say for sure for this one. I mean, I love it and it's not for sale, but I could say for sure these 2 cars right here, they'll never go away. So that's kind of why I still got that 57 in the garage, when I know it would be a lot easier to work on this car, because you see the tarp over there. I got to cover it up each night. But, you know, I think these 3 will probably stay in there. but now I'm just kind of babbling. So there's a video of me still hard at work. I mean, but that just turned out so great. I love to see the contrast between the two of them. So now I'm going to start gathering up all my pieces, you know, for the engine and transmission, try to get that set in there. But for me, a lot of people might think, well, that's nothing, but for me this was a very major accomplishment, because I mean, it's got the washer, the nut, the washer, everything. This is the centers, everything is like this would drive the whole steering column. It would go, it would work. So that I could check that off the list. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's all really I got right now. I always try to push that back flat. So not for sure, but I will probably pull the motor out of that car, because I'm just getting to the point in life where I'm so busy with work, and I'd really rather spend time with my wife, just enjoying the sunny days and just having laughs, catching up, me and her, you know. So I'm trying to reconsider all my battles moving forward in life. I still love them all, but I'm just trying to delegate my time, basically. So thanks for stopping by Don's Hot Rod Garage. I got another super cool piece coming that will be ran on this, on the 265, but I gotta drive about an hour and a half away to get it. But it is a very super cool, extremely rare part that I'm gonna put on this, and I'll do a video on that when it comes. I'll have it by the end of this weekend, but I don't know if I'll be able to get another video out, just because time, and depends on what's coming up, you know, what's going on really. So thanks for stopping by Don's Hot Rod Garage. Catch you guys on the next video.